Hello, welcome to Bad Power Now. Me tries to beat endgame content. It has been a little bit since since I have made a video because there has been that much interesting stuff going on in pad lately until now. Actually, until yesterday. Today's Friday that I'm recording this. I'm also uploading this Friday evening. But yesterday, we got a bunch of new stuff. Well, a couple of new things. I guess this isn't new. We knew DBDC was coming, but the ranking dungeons were interesting. Speaking of which, in case you weren't aware, just as a quick pre-note to this, we do have this interesting set of 3 consecutive ranking dungeons coming up, which I thought were just lost to the wind forever, that we would never get. Because I believe the first of these happened like back in the summer for Japan, so we should have gotten them in August or so. It is now almost December, but that is neither here nor there. Well, just so I can tell, this one is coming up next, which is what I'll be doing my video on. Next is the Pure Tournament. Yeah, so... Anyways, sorry, I like burned my tongue earlier, so now my tongue needs water. DBDC is back for number 3. I think this is number 3. Third time it's come around again. The first time it's with Lejoa and them, right? Was Lejoa? No, yeah, Lejoa's not a Harryism guy. This is the 3rd time. So the first time we had, you know, the Big Bash Ideal TARDIS, the OG number 6. The second time we added Lejoa and I believe Distel. 3rd time we were adding a bunch more things, actually far more than the 2nd time. So the event runs for looks like 2 weeks starting this coming Monday. Cool. And it comes with a new special event, which seems to be like one of those 10-floor type, you beat each one time and you just move on to the next floor, one of those things, which we'll go over maybe at the end. That starts next week too. And we also get a rare egg machine, so 10 magic stones. Let's see. These are some of the new monsters we'll be getting. This is going to be truly a reaction because I haven't looked at these monsters since they came to North America. I looked at them like back when they came to Japan, but not again after because they're not that good, in my opinion. They're nothing worth trading for or going really hard for. So it looks like for $2 you get 2 stones and a roll. Cool. And this is the lineup now. So the new ones, we have Suou, we have Roche, we have Valeria. In the 7 stars, so we like more than double the amount of 7 stars that we had before. It was just Ideal and Lejoa. 6 stars we got 3 new ones, Alpha, Omega, and Leto. And for number 5 we just added 1 to the already big list. We're gonna go over all the new ones today, so here's the egg machine again. We get a free roll, cool, and a paid roll, cool. And you can exchange for some things apparently. And you know, I should probably, let me go over this now. What we can do for we'll go for the trades later, actually. We'll go over the monsters first and then the trades. Actually, let's see if I can get them both done in one go. If I search Pad Protic, I think he actually might have all the monsters laid out in a nice way. I was just gonna go through Paddocks and talk about all of them, but this might be better. DBDC. Let's see if he has done it. This one? Come on, be it. Yes, it is. It's this one. Okay. So let's talk about the monsters. Yeah, so Japan got this back in September, so we were a little past due for it. Let's see. Let's talk about the monster. Oh goodness, I don't have them all in here. Well, I guess we'll just click through these ones. So, here are the 7 stars in the machine. Are these linked to Paddocks? Yes, they are. How convenient. Oops. Convenient for me, kinda inconvenient. Sorry, I didn't plan this out very well. So the first 7 star we're gonna go over is Suou. Suou looks like this. Oh, I don't like this formatting at all. How am I supposed to show him to you? He looks like this, blue-red. Oh gosh. And he has 2 evolutions. Number 1 is blue-red, number 2 is red-blue. He also has a voice awakening, apparently. I don't know what he sounds like. in America yet, which I don't know. I don't know what he sounds like in Japan yet either. But so let's take a look at his active skill. His active is remove lock status on orbs. Oh, this formatting sucks. I wish we had what's it called? Pad guide still, because this formatting is not pretty. Change all orbs to fire, water, and heart orbs. So he is a tricolor board change similar to Weld actually, and +1 for 1 turn. So it's actually very similar to Weld. His awakenings is 4 7 combos, which is a lot of 7 combos and nothing else. So he's the first card that we have ever gotten, I believe, to receive 4 7 combo awakenings. Leader skill, fire and water attribute, HP. Okay, 1.5 to everything. So he's a ×9 leader with some tankiness, so not a great leader, although he's okay. Well, he's bindable too, so that sucks. And he's bicolor. So Summer Barber Julie is better than him so far. Speaking of Summer Barber Julie, you might want to consider this form for him as a VDP sub for her. So he's unbindable in this form, cool. Active skill is the same, tricolor, weld style, Erd style board change. Leader skill is now fire and water attribute 3.5. Okay, he's HP, he's a shield, so kind of like an Edward style shield, where it's based on your HP being high. ×2. So this guy gets fire, water, 6 combos. What's 4 times? He's slightly stronger than Summer Barber Julie, actually. But this form only, it looks like he only has a shield and no HP or recovery. So, you know, not great in that sense. So he's a ×14 leader, so he's a better leader than the other form. Let's see, he has 3 VDPs also. Did you know that? So he's also our first monster to have 3 VDPs. So really breaking the mold here in terms of awakenings for us. Now, I think this guy would probably be, if I did get him, I would want to use him as a sub for my BJ team when I need VDP, because I don't have a great water VDP option for her right now. He's also, looks like he's balanced type, so he can take any killer type. So he'd be really great VDP sub overall. Those 3 VDPs means his personal damage when you make a box will be 2.5 times 2.5 times 2.5 times 15 by himself. So that's already like freaking, I don't know. That's like a lot of damage. Times 15 is like very high personal multiplier. That's like having, I don't know, it's like having 2 killers in a 7 combo, right? A little bit less than that. That's a lot of personal damage. However, I think the temptation when you see a lot of VDPs is like, oh, it must be really strong, hard-hitting monster. Only when you make the box. When you're not making the box, it's gonna be doing like no damage at all. Depending on, you know, your leader. It's gonna be doing like as if it has no multiplier. So I think he's more of like he's a pretty good sub for a BJ team if you need a VDP. For dungeons where you don't need VDP, like probably a short one where it's like, I don't know, a short dungeon with a VDP boss at the end, he'd be a great option. For long dungeons like AA and stuff like that, probably not the best option. Just because he won't be doing too much for your team besides the triple skill boost at the beginning. But a decent inherit, because that style of board change is, you know, always nice to have more for your Summer Barber Julie teams. So overall, he's not bad. I wouldn't say he's like amazing, like for general purpose. Like he has his niche for sure, but I would not be mad to roll him. I would be moderately happy to roll him. So next we're going to look at, let's see if we can find Roche in here. So Roche is, again, 7-star. It's not loading. That's fun. Let's try to find her in here. Yeah, let's find Roche. This is gonna be a little bit of a long video, guys, so saddle up, I guess. Her name was Roche in Japan, I think, in the Japanese translation, so wow, look at those awakenings. Pretty high attack at 3k attack, that's something that stands out to me about her. Let's see. Her active ignores enemy attribute absorb, so color absorb void for 1 turn. Change fire and jammers to wood. Change water and poison to dark. So she is a hazard slash double orb change into wood and dark. Leader skill in her green form is all attributes times 4, 25% damage reduction when attacking with wood and dark at the same time. So she's a times 16 bi-color leader, except she also wants to make wood and wood, so it's pretty orb hungry. I wouldn't use her as a leader. As a sub though, I mean, if you need some power, 1.5, what the freak is 1.5 cubed? Or wait, not cubed, 1.5 to the 6th power. She's times 11, it's about times 11, so it's kind of like sheet level TPAs. I believe sheet also has 6, so she's a green Shiat, or sheet, I don't know how you say it. So that's cool. The active is okay useful. We have actually a good number of absorb shields, and you could probably just use Cronus if you already have him instead of her for that same kind of active skill. So this form is okay. TPA is not huge right now either, but she'd be like, you know, a good Vraska sub or something, or Green Sonya sub. This form, let's see, has a follow-up attack. Oops, great. Leader skill. Now she's dark wood, cool. This form has even more attack. Okay, 36k. That's pretty high as well. I believe Dark Ideal has 35k. Is that what it was? Cannot remember. That's a very high amount of attack though. So, leader skill is wood and dark attribute cards. Attack times 4, increase time limit of orb movement by 2 seconds, and times 16, 8 combos. So she'd be a pretty good pairing with Diablos, I think. So times 16 by a multiplier by herself. Needing 8 combos, you should probably pair 7 by 6. Let's see. And 50% reduction, so she's pretty tanky. She would pair really well with Diablos, I think, and be a pretty good tank leader. Times 16 is something to laugh at, multiplier-wise, so that's pretty good. I would probably use her in this form as a leader for funsies. She has follow-up attack too, which is nice. And she increases your orb movement time, so not a bad leader. I wouldn't say she's better than, that'd be pretty fun leader skill, I guess, to use. I wouldn't say she's better than the top meta leaders right now, like Dark Metatron, but it should be it'd be a pretty fun play. I think she's a pretty good leader, actually. I'd be pretty happy to get her, and I'd probably make her into this dark form. Yeah, times 60 is nothing to laugh at. You do have to combo a lot, but there's no Skyfall or anything, and 50% shield is great. So this is a great monster. I like her. I'd want to get her. Yeah, I'd probably use her with Diablos though. Cool. Roche, pretty good. Dark form. I like it. Who else do we have? We have Valeria. Let's take a look at Valeria. So, Valeria is the last of the 7 stars. Does she even have an evolution? She does. Okay. Can I click her? Come on. So we have Valeria, who is fire, light. She's pretty, not great, not like amazing HP, but again, pretty good attack. All these guys have pretty good attack. 3k is a lot. Anything above 3000 attack is base attack is crazy. Okay, all attribute cards, recovery times 2 for 3 turns, and reshuffle all orbs. So she's a Mida KG type, so a RNG type board refresh. That's what it's called, a board refresh. What else? What else? A lot of team HP pluses. That's a lot. I believe each of those gives you 5% team HP, right? I should know this. Let me look it up on here. I'm pretty sure it's 5%, but I could be wrong. Anyways, she gives you a lot of team HP. Let's see. All attribute cards times 7 when attacking with 4 of the following. So she's Rainbow. She's kind of like a Riche level Rainbow, so any 4 of the 5 colors. 7 times 3 when reaching... No shield. I wish she had a shield. So she's kind of Glass Kennedy. No HP, no shield. Pretty high attack though. 3 times 7 is 21, right? Yes, times 21 by herself. That's a lot. My goodness. And if any leader that can get times 20, above times 20 is like pretty high. Although she kind of falls into the Glass Cannon category, so I don't know if she'd be that useful as a leader for hard stuff. Probably about as useful as Anubis, like a rainbowy Anubis that... Yeah, kind of like a rainbow. I guess she's more akin. You know what? She's more akin to Sakuya or something. Although I believe Sakuya has a more strict color requirement. She does have the team HP plus, which I guess is cool. Yeah, she's okay. Let's check out her other form. I think I clicked the same form, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Her light fire form is her base form. Wow, 6 skill boosts. Okay, I'd probably use this one, because she's like Whale but better. Wow, okay, that's a lot of skill boosts. Same active with a board refresh, so I'm sure she'd be amazing for some ranking dungeons where you're trying to do like the board refresh strategy and that kind of stuff. Her active skill, in terms of Whale has 5 skill boosts, and I believe his active skill takes either 5. I think it's a 6 turn cooldown, right? Let's see, yeah, 6 turn cooldown. So he's 5 skill boost, 6 turn cooldown. This is adding 1 skill boost, but adding 2 turns on the active skill. However, I think, you know, with the rest of your team skill boosts, you'll probably be able to get to pretty high numbers of skill boosts on your team overall. So this form, this is the one. I would use this form, personally. Fire and Light attribute cards attack times 5, 15 times 15 with a shield. It's also a more traditional type leader. 4 of Fire, Water, Wood, Light, Dark. Yeah, Fire and Light. Ooh, that's weird. That would be a pretty hard team to make, because you have to make it be Fire or Light attribute, and you have to cover the rest of the colors with sub-attributes to get your rainbow part. I guess you could probably use the Light Ideal for her. Who else is rainbow? You could probably use a Raijin form with light blue. I don't know who's fire. Maybe like I guess you could use Dark Kali, but who uses the base Dark Kali anymore with the dark red? That's pretty hard to team build for, but this form is actually pretty great. I would love to have her. Let me look up something really quickly. Hold on. And let's move on to our next one. So look at the new 7 stars. So 3, Suou, Roche, and Valeria. All great. I think they're... I wouldn't trade for any of them though, but I'd be quite happy to get any of them. And now we have a grand 10% total chance to get a 7 star. That's pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah, I'd be happy enough to get any of them. Yes. Moving on to the 6 stars, we have 3 new ones. We have Alpha, Omega, and Leto, which doesn't fit with the mold of the rest of it. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I wanted to see something. Yeah, that's okay, we don't need it. Alpha. Let us find Mr. Alpha. I believe he has 2 forms too. Yes, he has some kind of evolution. Is that a weapon assist? So, okay, his first form has like no awakenings. Change all orbs to Fire, Water, Heart. Fire, Wood, and Heart. So a Verdandi style board change. Okay, +1 combo. It's okay. 2 L unlocks, not useful. Fire attribute times 4, Wood times HP times 2, all attributes times 3. Pretty tanky. If you could put together a team for that, it's a similar multipliers to Vraska, so, but it's a lot more difficult because you want to ideally find, I don't know, if you want to have all the HP, you need everything to be wood, but you also want it to be fire. I don't know how many wood fire types are good right now. I'm pretty sure not very many. So let's move on to this form, which is the evolved form, which, okay. So he just added a few more. So he has 5 L unlocks. So each of those L unlocks gives 1.5. You can consider them to be a TPA, basically, in power. So it's like a 5 TPA type power. So it's times 8, times 7.5. So kind of, if you make an L, it'll be almost like you have a triple 7 combo. Same leader skill. That's fine. I don't care about him that much, TBH. He's not great. Moving on to the next one, whose name I don't remember, but he's the green-red one. He is surprisingly not an evolution of the same tree of that last guy, of Alpha. This is Omega, I just remembered his name. Let's see. So he has a 7 combo and 2 orb enhances. Oh, interesting. I'd be happy to get this guy. He'd be interesting to use because he has a spike active. So take, you know, Sheen, Carrot, any of them and replace their awakening with enhanced combo on the team. I believe enhanced combo is 7 combo, right? Let us find out together. Yeah, so 7 combo. So for every 7 combo on your team, you get times 0.3. So as an assist, he can probably actually be pretty great on the modern teams because a lot of them run 7 combos. For instance, let's think about a Yusuke team because everyone has him. So double Yusuke is already is 4. I would probably run a Matsu, so that's times 6. If you have a light ideal, this is the ideal Yusuke team by the way, or an ideal one, that would be 9. And then Odin Dragon, maybe something like Odin Dragon, another one. Tachibana, that's 11. So it's not so hard to get a high amount of 7 combos on like classic type teams like Yusuke. Not classic, but the modern 7 combo team. Again, for my BJ team, let's think. She probably would not be great on BJ, but pretty good on, because BJ herself does not have any killers or any 7 combos. Vraska, or let's think about Dark Metatron, because she's pretty popular right now. So there's already 4 for the pair of Dark Metatron leaders. If you run... Oh, it depends on your subs though, huh? If you run Ionai as a sub, it's times 6. So not great for Dark Metatron, because Dark Metatron tends to need things like Izanagi and Air, and that already knocks out 2 slots. Vraska should be pretty great on her, like a Sonya or something, green or blue Sonya. Yeah, I'd be interested to have him. So his leader skill is not worth talking about. Let's skip it. It's like the other one, but swap the HP with recovery. So let's see what this other guy gives. So Omega, but a dragon face. So he gets multiplayer boost. Wow, 3 multi boosts is a lot. He has pitiful attack though, so he would not be a great button base for several reasons. Number 1, he has really bad attack, even though he has 3 multi boosts. Number 2, his base active takes a long time to charge. So, and he doesn't have a button active as his base active. So he's a pretty interesting active skill, or monster for his active skill, not for his awakenings or his leader skill. Lastly, we have this guy's name was I believe it was Leto or something like that. Let's take a look at him. This one looks more boring, so I bet he's the base active. Yes, he is. The last 6-star that we have, by the way, the Dragonbound Dragon Caller machine, in case you didn't know, is a 10-stone machine that only has 5, 6, and 7 stars, no silvers. Hold my recovery for 3 turns, change Fire Jammer, Poison, and Mortal Poisons. Okay. Remove Lock. It's like a hazard removal and, you know, single orb change with Bind Recovery. It's fine. I guess it's a lot of stuff to do in one skill, but it doesn't do regular Bind Recovery, only Awoken Bind, and for only 3 turns. So not amazing, not an amazing active. All attributes times 3, 35 when HP is greater than 80. Okay, high HP type leader. Or it's like a Edward style shield, but you need a higher amount of HP. That's a lot. It's okay, not my favorite. Probably usable, I'm sure. Now taking a look at his wow, they're just like stacking all these awakening types. Okay, you get a lot of team recovery, cool. Would I ever need that many team recoveries? He's not usable for Dark Metatron. I'm thinking of leaders who have no recovery multiplier. So Dark Metatron, no, not a god type, so out. Thinking about Vraska, not wood, out, and BJ, not the right colors, out. Okay, not great. This guy, not great. Lastly, I do not remember who the 5-star was. Oh my gosh, why does Google Chrome not remember that I was just on this page? Lastly, we went through 6, 5. This one, Vigo. Vigo? I don't know. Okay, let's take a look at. This is not it. Vigo. I just pulled a goldfish and I have no idea what color Vigo is. Let's see if I can find him. Vigo! Where are you, Vigo? Vigo! Shoot. What color is he? Blue. Okay, I thought he would be. Oh, there he is. Hide him. Okay, we found Vigo. Vigo is a 5-star, so Kiri rarity. Cool. Let's take a look at his active. Reduced, so he's a Balboa's tile active, so defense void. And he makes water. Cool, I guess. Don't care so much. Physical killer, okay. Leader skill is dragon type attack, dragon times 3. No. Weak. He's a 5-star, so you can't really expect too much of him. Kiri takes the lead on being a good 5-star from DBDC. And he has double killer types. Okay, he's not very good. Not my favorite. I mean, if you do not have Balboa, he'd be pretty good to roll if you don't have any defense void. But we have a number of defense voids in play already, don't we? We have, like, you know... Oh, what's his name? We have Anji, who's farmable. A lot of people have Barbara Julie. I think even Ishtar. You probably have an Ishtar you could farm if you really needed one. So he's okay. Not really my favorite. So those are the new monsters. We're not going to go over the old ones. I think I have a video. You know what? Let's see. Let's see if I have a video about the old ones. Badatpad Dragonbound. I have some rem rolls of it. Ooh, I don't know if I have a video of reviewing them. I do. Wait, no, I don't. This is funny. Noob reviews. Let's see if I can find my own videos. Okay, we do. We have one. We do have it. It only has 600 views. Fun. So I have some videos about the old ones already. Okay. So let's talk about important things like rolling rates, shall we? We shall. Hey. So 10% total for the 7 stars. I believe that's... Oh, I can't remember what the rates used to be. I think it was probably like 2% each. There was not a very high chance of getting light ideal, you know. It would be crazy if it was 10% when she was the only one. But it's 2% each, so 10% total for a 7-star isn't bad. And a 40% chance for a 6-star, so it's basically a 50% chance of getting a diamond. Not bad. The 7 stars, I would like any of them. Of course, we all want Ideal because she's the ideal sub for many teams. Although I'd be pretty happy to get either of the 3 new ones. I think they're all decent. They all have their niches. Suou and Valeria are both niche uses. Valeria, you only usually want those skill boosts for ranking dungeons and stuff like that, but when you need them, like, you need it. Like, it's when you need to use it, it's very helpful. Suou as well, probably for some short dungeon that might come out in the future with VDP or something. Great Barbara Julie VDP option, and Roche should be a decent leader, I think. Leto actually, bicolor board change is always nice to have, and Ideal's great. So it's actually more than a 50% chance to get a diamond, so if you get a gold, you're shooting under. Out of these ones, the 6 stars, I don't think any of the new ones are great, except for Omega. Omega, I think, would be interesting to have. I think stuff like Sheen and Carrot, especially Carrot, is still more universally useful. Because teams tend to have more skill boosts. It's easier to stack skill boosts than 7 combos. Leto is pretty unremarkable, as was Alpha, I think. I don't really remember what they did, so I just went over them. So they probably, I think Omega was the good one out of the new ones. For the old ones, Enra's good for Riku still. Tardis is good for Anubis still, except Anubis is a bit out of vogue. But Tardis is a pretty good beginner leader as well, so I'd be happy to get him. Distel is a pretty strong shield, right? It's like an Indra-style shield. Lee is pretty strong to have. I believe there's only 2 leader swap actives right now. The other one is locked behind a GFE, which is Matcha. However, inheritable leader swaps don't get so much use these days. The potential for them is really good, but at the same time, we just want to get through dungeons fast. Like, who wants to like wait like 20 something turns to get through leader swap? Like, we don't want that. We do not want that these days. But she wouldn't be bad to have. I rolled 2, I kept 1. And of the 5 stars, I don't think Vigo is actually that useful. I guess the other ones all have 3 killers, he only has 2, and probably has freaking 4 killers, so Vigo is slacking on his number of killers. I think the reason why people say 5 DBDC is so good is because there's a lot of value in the 5 stars. That was like the mantra we've been saying up till this point. I think right now, because of power creep, the music faded out, which means I've been talking for 30 minutes. I think because of power creep, maybe they're not so good anymore. Rathios is pretty boring. I don't think he's great to have. Kulia is pretty bad too, but for Kiri, number 6, and Giselle, who are the triple killer, and Prowley, who is the quad killer, they all have they're mostly relegated to, I think, ranking dungeons now. I know Kiri can Kiri cheese most dungeons in the game. You can cheese them with her her leader skill, but for number 6 and Giselle, I usually find I use them in ranking dungeons and not for like general content that much, or like for farming builds. Ranking dungeons and farming builds, like that kind of stuff is what they're used for right now. So they're still good for that stuff. And if you have nothing else in your box, like you're totally new, you can probably make use of the triple dragon killers on Kiri for beating like A1 or something like that. Or even the triple god killer, but I would try to avoid to bring that into arena level 1 or anything with Sopdet. So pretty good rates overall. Now here's the monster exchange. So this was a pretty hot thing of interest, high point of interest when we first discovered it in Japan, because it actually will take 5 things to trade for any of the 7 stars, and you can trade for 7 stars. You cannot trade for 6 stars, which sucks because I would have traded for TARDIS probably just solely because he has been evading me for so long, and I'm probably never gonna get him. But you can trade with the 7 stars, the 5 of them. However, it takes 5 monsters to trade in, and they're either 7-star GFEs or like 8-star seasonals, or 7-star. What is it? Oh yeah, yeah. So they're basically like super expensive, and probably none of them, especially not the new ones, are worth trading in 5 of these things. Because like look at this, like Zella's in here, like Summer Barbara Julie's in here, Light Esham, like Blue Yogg, like Christmas Callie, like these are like honestly people like would like I don't know freaking die for. So probably not worth to trade for any of these. If you had to trade for something, like you had to, like you're like I'm gonna die if I don't trade anything, I would probably trade for Light Ideal, because she's still the #1 sub, I believe. Some #1 best sub for a lot of things, including but not limited to Riku teams, Riche teams, Yusuke teams, a lot of things. She's great. 777, solid, great awakenings, great stats, great active skill. You really could not ask for much more, except for time extents as a sub. But this is what you would trade for Light Ideal. I, again, would not trade for her unless you have 5 New Year Kanas for some reason, because New Year Kana is bad. Or, like, I don't know, 5 Halloween Sonya Grands. I don't know why you would have rolled in Halloween that much. But if you have those, then maybe. Otherwise, probably not worth, really. I would hesitate to trade for those. There's a skill level up dungeon. One other thing I want to touch base on. So that's the event, basically. It runs for 2 weeks. That's the machine. Before I go to like the last interesting thing, which is the new dungeon related to this one, is the question: should you roll? I talked about should you trade. I would say no. Should you roll? If you're new, yeah. Why not? We have... okay. Let me think about this. We had the Super Voice Godfest recently, so if you are a new player, you probably should have rolled in that one a lot. Just because for a new player, it tends to be hard to get stuff like 297s to Madras, all those things, and there was, you know, a lot of really good monsters in that one, so I probably would have ended up rolling in that one heavily. But if you didn't, this is a good event to roll in. The chance of getting like Light Ideal. In terms of getting like a new leader, if you don't have a good leader already, you're probably not going to get a great new leader out of this lineup. The best leaders, as I mentioned, are probably Roche, Dark Ideal, TARDIS, and Kiri, maybe. But that's probably hard for a new account. So probably not great on the leader front for a new player. Sub-wise, like I mentioned, Light Ideal is great for a lot of teams, but for a lot of the other ones, I kind of find them niche these days. Enra would be another good general purpose sub. TARDIS, kind of, not really general purpose. Again, for the killers, like you can, if you're new, I'm sure having any of these killers on your team would probably help you clear like mythical plus level content. If you're old TARDIS, you'd be a great leader for mythical plus level content. Just don't expect to be using them in like your ultimate arena, like alt arena or like arena 4 teams that much. You could, I mean, of course you could probably use them in those teams, but I think the ideal subs these days lie in the GFEs and other collab stuff, like, I don't know, I can't think of anything right now. Amatsu, I don't know. So, I'm a little bit on the fence about whether you should roll all in, especially because we're getting our Player's Choice Godfest fight soon after this, probably. And in Japan, it was another Super Godfest, so that would be another great place to spend stones, where I'm probably going to spend stones. So that's for new players. For endgame players, actually kind of just depends, like, if you have nothing from this collab, you may as well roll a few times. Yeah, that's pretty good advice. If you have nothing from this collab, roll a few times. A lot of these things are nice to have. Kiri, a lot of nice to haves in this one. Nothing essential to have, I would say. A lot of, probably light ideal would be the most, like, great thing to have. Yeah. If you have, again, if you have not much from this collab, roll a few times. It's fine. You'll probably get diamonds, so that's pretty good. If you have a lot of these things, like me, for instance, if you're like me and you rolled in this event the last 2 times it came around, I have basically every card of the old ones except for Light Ideal and TARDIS, which are the 2 best ones. But I have basically everything, and for me, I won't be rolling. I'll roll the free roll, of course, and I'll probably do the $2 roll. But besides that, none of the new monsters are that good enough for me to chase after that hard, especially because it's expensive, because it's 10 stones. I don't need more Kiri. You know, actually, I could probably use 1 more Kiri. I could probably use 1 more to get other killers. But besides that, or to get other awakening options on her, or not awakening, latent awakening options. But besides that, really, it's not worth, I don't think, to roll a lot in it if you rolled in the event heavily in the past. That being said, no one can stop you from chasing your ideal dreams. But I will not be chasing my ideal dreams as much as I would like one. Yeah. So I would say probably not if you have a lot of these things. I think these days, I kind of like stockpiling GFEs for trade for new collab monsters. Like the illustrious Summer Barber Julie. Again, things to look forward in the future. We have Player's Choice Voice. We have the Player's Choice Godfest coming up. That's a pretty exciting event. Japan also got another Super Godfest, but you know how like we had the Super Godfest that had like Ilmina and stuff in it before? Like I think the previous Super Godfest, I think was like the 6-stone one. Maybe it was, or maybe it was a 7-stone one that we had that had like Ilmina in it for some reason, and like Ideal was in it too, I think, and Planar. The one that they had another one of those similar events, except it had I can't remember what the stone race, but I think right now they have one of those events going on that actually has Summer Barber Julie in it, Summer Yaga. It has some of like the seasonal ones, like the Academy Urka, those kinds of monsters. So another one of those, I think, with seasonal monsters that were not in the other one. Here, let me actually just look it up right now to see what is in it for sure. It has the event that Japan has right now has Academy Urka, Bride Shiach, Bride Raijin, Summer Eshimali, Summer Barber Julie. It also has the new 7-star GFEs that we haven't gotten yet. It has Rish and Madhu in them, so it has some pretty good stuff in there. So that's probably coming to us soon. And it's also 10% for a 8-star, apparently. So you might want to roll that. That's coming in the future. You might want to roll in that. I don't know. Lastly, that's I think most of the event. And the last thing is there's this interesting. Oh no. Why am I caching on this phone? Why are your caches? Are you so bad? We have this. which is interesting. It's a farmable Chuan, and this is the 10-floor dungeon I mentioned before, and that runs for 2 weeks as well, the same period as Dragonbound Dragon Caller. So it says, it starts with first and ends with last section. Surprise. When you clear a section, it disappears and the next one becomes available. It's solo clears, and then you can get stuff like god killers, you can get a bunch of killers, pie, and you get Chuan for being the last floor. Chuan is this, by the way. So it has, if you ever wanted Dark Rose, there's your Dark Rose. So that's coming up. I'll do videos on that as those happen. Although I'll probably try to spend more time. Well, we'll see. Between the ranking dungeons and this one, we'll see. So those are the next upcoming things in pad. Anyways, a very long video this has been. Let me know if you will be rolling, if you're excited for any of the new cards, what you're going to be aiming for. If you're trading, probably wouldn't trade, but if you're going to trade, what you're going to trade for, you know, what you're excited for about this event in general. For me, again, I'm probably not going to roll very much, if at all. I want to save for probably PCGF. I have a lot of the stuff already, but if you don't, roll a few times. Anyways, let me know what you're excited for, if you're going to roll at all. And that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.